Old line watches. The Nodus is a really cool watch. Hey there, welcome to another episode of Old Line Watches. With you as always is this guy, Jeremy, your old man from the old line state of Maryland. And today we're doing a fun boxing. That is me unboxing and doing a full review of a watch that I already own. And today's is going to be the Nodus Retrospect. A fantastic piece that I rather like, and I think you will too. But before we go into that, we got to do those things that we always do. The first and probably most important is saying thank you to a few subscribers. I want to say thank you to Polkia G, Francis M, and Jacob W. You guys make the channel go round. Super appreciate your being subscribers. Yeah. Next up, we pop into a wrist short, which today is the Cordobear. What is this thing even called? I have no idea. It's their wannabe but not a GMT thing. It's comfy and it looks cool, so they got that going for it. Also, to remind you, we don't have very many days left until the end of the current giveaway for the Charles Hutton Long Bridge. Be sure to check out that video and enter. And also be sure to hit up the description for coupon codes, affiliate links, good deals, things like that. Whatever I can find that's good for you, good for me, or both of us, you know. That's where it goes, in the description. All right, so let's all right, starting off with how this would come from Nodus. A little shimmy shake here. All right, there we go. So we have, let's start with the less important stuff here. We have a cleaning cloth with extra links. We have a regulation card showing that this was regulated to +1, 0, +1, and -1 in 4 different positions. Very, very well regulated. We'll check on the time graph test in a little bit. And a 2-year warranty. How to use a watch. We're just going to leave that alone because I think everybody here does at this point. And then, oh, the pretty of pretties. Here it is, the Nodus Retrospect. Let's get all this stuff out the way here. Stats and specs. All right. So, let's start in with some basic stats. It is 40 millimeter case diameter, but the bezel actually sticks out a little bit. The bezel diameter is 42 millimeter. The case diameter, including the crown, is 44.3 millimeter, with a lug to lug of 48 millimeter and an end link to end link of 50.5. It does have male end links, but like they're downturned pretty well. A lug width of 22 with a bracelet narrowing to 18 mil. Comes in at 14 mil thick and weighs 161 grams, sized 4x6 3/4 inch wrist. It is powered by the altogether now workhorse NH35. Hacking hand winding, 41-hour power reserve, 24 joules. But as a super awesome bonus, Nodus, a Los Angeles-based micro brand, regulates and assembles everything in-house. So while it is a micro brand insofar that the manufacturing is not done by them, but they put it all together themselves to make sure what they send out is up to their personal standards. So that's pretty cool. It is encased in all 316 stainless with some immaculate satinized brushing there, along with the brushing on the lugs to match the brushing on the bracelet, with some nicely defined polished chamfered edges there. And also featuring drilled lugs. My favorite thing that every tool watch should have and very, very few do. The package is protected by a double dome sapphire crystal with anti-reflective undercoating. The crown is screw down, signed, and 7.5 millimeter in diameter. It has a fairly sterile case back with just a very basic stat line around it, featuring 200 meters of water resistance. The bracelet features male end links, solid end links with quick release spring bars. The bracelet is H-link segmented, so each link is individual and free moving. We got nice satin brushing across the surface with some nice polish along the edges. It is screwdriver sized. The clasp is signed with the Nodus brand name, dual security pushers, milled upper and lower, and featuring 3 micro adjusts. And they're spaced out a little further than what you'd see on most other ones, so it actually is about the distance from one link to the next, so making it still very, very well easily sized. All right, on to the dial. We got the Nodus logo and name printed up under the 12, with just the model name Retrospect printed above the 6. It's got a nice blue sunburst color there. Let me see if I can get a good bit of the light here to play on that a little bit there. It's very, very nicely done, very subtle. Pops really great in the sunlight. Sorry, it's nighttime, you're not going to see that. It features a sandwich dial with loomed cutouts for the indices in that toothy monster shape. The minute track is down to fifths of a second, featuring Arabics at the 5s. It's not quite a color matched date wheel, I believe. I believe it is just a black date wheel, but better than a white one by far, matches to the dial much better. And the date window frame is loomed, which is pretty cool to see. It has loomed polished hands with a nice bevel on them. The second hand also loomed, featuring the only pop of color, that little red arrow tip at the end. The bezel is coin edged, 120 click, unidirectional. It is ceramic material for the insert, and it is also fully loomed. The movement on this is absolutely just buttery. It's responsive, it's got a good sound to it, lines up perfectly, and has a kind of a cool inward slope to it, as you can see. I always kind of dig that. Makes the crystal less jump outy. Jump outy is an actual word. I own it. If you say jump outy, you owe me a quarter. I'm entirely kidding. Blam! As you can see, this thing is heavily loomed and really, really, really nice. Got some green C3 loom here. The hands in particular are really, really blazing, like to the point you can even kind of see the metal part of the hands just from the reflection off of the inside of the crystal. There's that that date window frame being loomed, like I had mentioned. And as you can see, this is a fine example of a well-regulated NH35 and how it would run. Almost dead on for time, strong amplitude, minimal beat error. It's a beautiful thing to see, I tell you that. And here we are on my 6 3/4 inch wrist. It is comfortable, not too snug, not too loose. It follows the curvature of the wrist very well. Props and slops. All right, so props and slops time. Under props, we have that loom. Oh my goodness, it's so pretty. The dial both the design and execution of it. I love that it's not like cluttered with a bunch of crap about water resistance or automatic. Nope. It's the name of the company and the name of the watch. Moving on. I love the elegance of it. The biggest prop, honestly, is probably that it is regulated. You often don't get that even at the mic. You don't get it on the macro brands. You don't get it on the mushroom brands, and you rarely get it on the micro brands even. Usually the in-house regulation is reserved for higher tier type of operations. So it's really nice to see that they do that and do it in the U.S. The slops. I gotta be honest, this thing is almost perfect. The only thing that's remotely resembling a slop is it's a little on the pricey side for an NH35 powered watch at, I believe, current list price is $450, which honestly is not really all that bad. It is, yeah, that's sort of the price range where you start expecting to see like Miyota 9000 series, or maybe even some of the more common ETA clones and stuff like that. But yeah, being that it's regulated, it kind of makes up for it. And yeah, that's the almost slop that I've got about it. It's pretty great. So that was the Nodus Retrospect, a absolutely amazing timepiece. I mean, pretty much flawless in my opinion. Yeah. In the words of Ferris Bueller, it is choice. If you have the means, I highly recommend picking one up. The man was right. Well, he was talking about a Ferrari, and I don't know anything about fancy cars, but I do know a thing or two about watches, and boy, oh boy, it's on there. If you've enjoyed the video, click the like button. If you enjoy the channel, click the subscribe button. If you like being bothered by your YouTube app, click the bell icon. Or just leave a comment. Tell me what you think about the watch. Tell me what you like, what you didn't like, Ask me what my opinion is on, I don't know, NATO bracelets or something. I don't know. Just, comments are what I like. I get to interact with people, and that's really a big fun part of it for me. All right, so until next time, take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. This has been your old man from the Old Line State, signing off.